Happy Thursday, Mike. How's it going today?
Going great. How are you?
I'm good. Where are you calling from today?
I'm in Northern Virginia, Fredericksburg.
Oh, I was in Virginia for Thanksgiving in Chantilly. Good stuff. I'm in Fort Lauderdale today. Well, tell me a little bit about your business and what you're doing for your customers.
So I work for Intelligent Technical Solutions, ITS. We're a managed IT and managed security services provider. And so we do three things exceptionally well. First and foremost is cybersecurity, layering on all the right tools, incident response, cyber planning, and really, helping, small to medium sized businesses in the SMB space secure their technology, secure their company by using the proper technology and getting the right guidance. And then we're also experts in managed IT with the end user support, managing servers, updates, patching, putting in certain tools and process in place to free up our people so that we can actually give them time person to person so that we can provide strategic guidance and road mapping and show companies how they can leverage IT to achieve certain business goals. And then the third thing we do really well is we have a cyber insurance warranty program
Hmm.
where if you're
Wow.
following our process, right, and you ever get hit with ransomware or a cyber attack and your insurance doesn't pay out, we'll guarantee up to 500,000 of your deductible. And so that's really where companies come to us. Anywhere between 20 users to 750 user companies. We work really well with them.
That's incredible. So, how did you guys get started?
Well, ITS got started, 23 years ago, I think in 2002, and, kind of local to the Las Vegas area, which is where we're currently headquartered.
Hmm.
Grew for many years, primarily through word of mouth and referrals. And then our CEO, as part of a peer group of other MSP CEOs, he decided to kind of merge with two others, one in California and then one on the East Coast in Detroit. And they saw an opportunity to really expand this thing geographically throughout the U.S. About 3 years ago, we took on private equity and used that money to really grow this thing geographically throughout the U.S. And today we're just at 400 employees, about 800 clients, and 13 offices across the country.
When do people come to you? Is usually after there's an incident, or are they kind of just not happy with their existing providers or solutions?
Yeah. So in today's world, you would think that they want to come to us because they want to talk about AI or cybersecurity or some of the buzzwords and hot topics. But most people are coming to us because there's an issue with either their internal IT person or team or their outsourced IT company. And usually it boils down to the most basic things. Response time, they submit a ticket, no one's responding within a few days or even a week. There's no resolution to the ticket. So then they're sending emails. There's no communication back and forth. And so it's just response time and lack of communication, onboarding of new employees or offboarding of employees that are leaving the company. And it's just not done right. The computer's not set up properly, or just there's not a process that's being followed. Those are like the auditing, if they're a Microsoft shop, auditing of their Microsoft licenses. Most
Mm-hmm.
companies are finding that they're buying a bunch of licenses, and when people are leaving, they're not keeping track. And so
They're
it's
still
just
being
waste.
used. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just
Interesting.
wasted spend over and over again. And so how do we optimize our tech spend? Those are the three main issues. And once they see that we do that right, and that we provide a process to deliver the end result they're looking for, then they become very open to the cybersecurity conversation and the AI conversation. But yeah, that's typically how customers reach out to us.
Are you seeing anything, with the current environment with tariffs? Are you seeing people needing IT around the tariffs or anything that's going on politically?
We see a lot of fear around it, fear of the unknown. So sales cycles are taking a little bit longer, but at the end of the day, it's an opportunity to educate, the buyer. Whereas hey, if you're just paying an outsourced company to just manage your IT, you're probably just looking at, okay, with all these tariffs and things, how do I reduce my spend? But if you're getting consulting, if you're getting strategic guidance on how to leverage certain technologies to achieve business goals, or how to leverage technology to accelerate hitting your business goals, well, that's a different conversation. And there's a clear financial ROI on that. And then it makes sense to invest in that.
And the services you provide, they're all considered intangibles. They wouldn't be subject to any tariffs, right?
Right.
And then talk about how you're leveraging AI to help grow your business.
Yeah. So AI is a fun topic, right? Because you have Microsoft, who's released Copilot and has a lot of cool features and things. And then you have ChatGPT, which everyone wants to use, right? If you're a student, you're using it to cheat on your test. If you're a professional, you're using it to write your resume or whatever, right? People are using AI for different things. What we have done is, what we have found is that everyone's excited and fascinated about AI, but the market for us in our space it seems like they're resistant to buying into AI because they're not clear what the product is that they would use. There haven't been very many good companies who have productized how to sell AI. And so it can do a lot of cool things. It can create really cool pictures for you, and it can create great emails for you. And that's kind of like the beginner, lower level stuff, just the entryway. But what we've started doing is providing AI consulting. So like, let's walk through what are your
Okay.
business goals and what are you measuring in each department? And then we need to separate two things. One is the answer, or is automation the answer? Because those are two different things that
Yeah.
typically get joined together. And now you can use AI as part of automation, but they're two different things. So we look at what tasks can be automated, and then where does it make sense to provide AI? And we have a genius on staff. He's literally a genius, but he has started to do some, AI development for clients. So I'll give you an example.
Mhm.
We have a property management company. The owner and the co-founder just had a parting of ways. And so this one particular partner who was keeping the business reached out to us, and we were talking about AI. And he's like, I've been hearing a lot of cool things, just not sure where I can use it. Long story short, he was paying this outsourced company to answer the phone and do all these things. So we created an AI bot that could answer the phone for him and answer the frequently asked questions. And then if there were any trigger words like fire, flood, what have you, then it would immediately transfer the call to a live person, which was him, and he could answer that call. But now you're not answering the everyday, well, when is my rent due or my lease due, or when is, like, how do I do this? Where do I find this? This AI bot was answering those calls for him. Then we were routing all the information back to a back-end spreadsheet where he could track the time to answer the call, who called. He has all the data, the transcripts. And so that worked out really well for him. And then we have another company, a car dealership, where they were struggling to market and get people to book appointments to come take test drives. And so we built this bot that was built into social media platforms, where when they saw a picture of a car and if they were interested in it, they could start swiping across and look at different cars, and then they could start messaging, how much does this car cost? What would my payment be? And AI would automatically spit out the answers to that. Can I book a test drive? AI would book a test drive, it'd populate on a spreadsheet, that person would show up and they were ready and it was already scheduled. And so there's little things like that where we've been able to individually tailor it to specific clients, but we haven't released like a broad one size fits all type of product for that yet.
Yeah, it's almost like once anything works, it's like things are called AI while they're in that discovery phase. And then, once AI is actually working, you don't call it AI anymore. You call it Google, or you call it ChatGPT, or you call it, I mean, it's kind of popular now to call things AI, but for the last 50 years, we've had so many AI breakthroughs, and people just, it's just the name of the company or the category that emerges. You stop calling it AI once it works, right?
Yeah, that's how you know you've established a brand, is when the name of your company becomes a verb. Like Google is a company, but when we all say Google it, right, it's become a verb. And so that just means that you've built a strong brand. But going back to AI, I use it for a lot of things now just to make me work faster. But they're like simple little things. Like I get an email and the email sets me off and I want to reply back and tell them how it is. But then what ultimately happens is I can put it in AI and say, rewrite this email direct but professionally. And then I can use that. It gets my point across, but it doesn't include the temperament that maybe I wanted to initially impulsively respond with. I use it to do my LinkedIn posts. I'll brain dump ideas and post, and I'll let AI format it so that it looks good and it presents well. And that does my LinkedIn posts. It's enabled me to build my brand stronger and create more awareness around, what we're doing. So there's little things that you can do. Summarize a call. A lot of our sales calls, we video record all of them. Now everyone puts their AI bots on their video calls, but pull in the transcript, taking away key notes. What are the next steps that we agreed on? What is the pain that or the problem that this buyer needs solved, right? Now I can focus more on the call instead of taking notes, because I can pull the notes back from AI when I'm crafting up a solution. So there's so many ways that you can use it in your everyday life to be productive.
What's the best way to do business? People should go to your website. Should they call sales or schedule a meeting?
Yeah, so you can go to our website, itsasap.com, and you can book an appointment there. You can call into our sales line, or you can reach out to me directly on LinkedIn, right? I'm on LinkedIn, Mike Rhea. Anyway, if you want to get a hold of us, we're pretty easy to reach.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining today.
Thank you.